Here's the myth most enterprises still believe. If you just measure individual performance a little harder, the struggling business will fix itself. I've spent 25 years inside large organizations. I've seen this pattern destroy more companies than bad strategy ever did. Tracking individuals won't save a fundamentally broken system. It just gives you data on who's drowning fastest. So who's actually responsible for poor performance? I want you to think about your own frustrations for a second. The red tape, the KP, is that measure nothing useful. That sinking feeling that you're being held accountable for things you don't control. It's maddening. It feels like a maze designed by someone who's never done your job. Here's the thing. You're not wrong. It's not you. It's what I call the performance management illusion. The belief that if you just track harder, measure tighter, impose more KP is from the top, somehow the organization will start working. It won't. You're measuring chaos and calling it accountability. Poor performance is almost always a systems problem, not a people problem. The organization is broken. The process doesn't exist. The tools don't talk to each other, and someone decided the fix was to track you harder. Let's diagnose why this fails so spectacularly. Symptom 1. No operating model. Imagine trying to referee a game where nobody knows the boundaries and the rules change every 5 minutes. If you don't have a clear structure showing how work actually happens, who owns what, how decisions flow, what exactly are you measuring? Without that baseline, metrics become completely arbitrary. You end up with a culture where people spend all their time justifying their work instead of doing it, which is performance theater, not performance management. Which brings me to Peter Drucker's line. There is nothing so useless as doing efficiently that which should not be done at all. I've seen entire teams get rewarded for successfully navigating dysfunction instead of delivering outcomes. They get bonuses for speedrunning the obstacle course the company built in front of its own goals. That's not performance. That's survival skills. Symptom 2. Process immaturity. This is where you get blamed for delays caused by 3 other departments with workflows nobody's actually documented. Or where your team gets measured on a target that directly contradicts the team sitting 12 feet away from you. I've watched organizations call this a strategy deck. It's not a strategy. It's just chaos with bullet points. This is what W. Edwards Deming, the father of quality management, spent his career trying to tell us. Most performance failures don't come from lazy people or incompetent employees. They come from broken systems. When you don't have defined processes, management isn't measuring value, they're measuring vibes and calling it accountability. Symptom 3. Resource constraints. This is where leadership sets aggressive performance targets without the staffing, the tools, or the training to actually deliver them. I've seen this one up close. It's toxic. They want championship results but won't put anyone on the field. Then they act surprised when nothing ships. It's like demanding a fiber network installation but refusing to pay for the cable. You don't get innovation, you get exhaustion. And then they measure you on the gap they created. Jim Collins got this right in Good to Great. First, you get the right people on the bus, then you figure out where to drive it. Demanding high performance without support doesn't raise the bar. It just accelerates burnout. And here's what happens next. Your best people, the ones you actually need, they leave. They don't stay to be measured harder in a system that won't give them what they need to win. Symptom 4. Measuring without strategy. I've watched organizations track performance while leadership changes priorities every other week. The metrics shift arbitrarily. The targets contradict last month's targets, so employees stop trying to deliver outcomes. They just scramble to hit whatever number happens to be the flavor of the month. It's like getting graded on a test where the questions change while you're writing the answers. Exhausting and completely pointless. Clayton Christensen wrote about this in The Innovator's Dilemma. Companies get trapped measuring what's easy instead of what matters. Hours logged, emails sent, tickets closed. None of it tells you if the work actually moved the business forward. I've seen teams hit every metric on the board while the product died in the market. That's not performance management. That's scorekeeping on the wrong game. Here's what rigid performance management actually costs you. A Harvard Business Review study found up to 25% productivity loss in organizations with heavy-handed performance systems. 25%. That's not from lazy employees, it's from the bureaucracy itself. Endless reporting, justification cycles, administrative theater. The system meant to improve performance is the thing killing it. You built a machine that grinds work to dust and called it accountability. And this bureaucracy completely destroys morale. Gallup found that only 14% of employees find performance reviews inspiring. 14%. That leaves 86% entirely demoralized. I've seen this pattern play out dozens of times. When a company prioritizes measuring over enabling, employees feel undervalued, and the connection between evaluation and actual career growth just severs, which, as you can probably guess, drives a mass exodus of talent. Here's what all that measurement theater creates: a split. One side is chaos dressed up as rigor. Everything's a metric, everything's urgent, everyone's tracking activity, chasing compliance, drowning in bureaucracy. The other side, strategic, long-term, actually innovative. Here's the problem: strict compliance cultures actively kill the exact behaviors you need to survive: creativity, risk-taking, continuous improvement. I've watched entire organizations turn into check-the-box factories where nobody's building anything. They're just covering tracks. You wanted performance, you got performance art. So how do you fix this? 4 steps, in order, non-negotiable. 1. Define your operating model. 2. Fix the processes. 3. Align resources to the work. And only then, 4. Measure outcomes. Most organizations try to run this backwards. They start with individual scorecards and wonder why nothing improves. It's like trying to grade a test before you've written the curriculum. You don't get insight, you get expensive noise. This structural work has to happen before you review a single person. No shortcuts. Step 1. Define the operating model. Before you measure anyone, you need to know how work actually flows. Who decides what? Who's accountable for outcomes? Where the feedback loops are that let you improve instead of just audit. I've watched companies skip this step and jump straight to scorecards. What you get is performance reviews for a structure that doesn't exist. You're grading people on a system you never built. Steps 2 and 3. Fix the processes, then align the resources. This is where you break out the lean playbook. Strip the waste from your workflows before you even think about measurement. I've watched companies hand people broken processes and then act shocked when the dashboards stay red. Optimize the system first. Then give people the tools, the staffing, the training they actually need. Only then do you get to ask for results. Step 4. Measure outcomes, not activity. Stop tracking how many hours someone sat at a desk. Start measuring the impact they delivered and the strategic goals they actually moved. When strategy, structure, and process are finally aligned, performance management stops being a demoralizing obstacle and becomes something rare, a tool that actually works. So let me leave you with the question that matters. Look at your own organization right now. Is leadership trying to measure individuals before they've fixed the broken system around them? Because if you're tracking performance in chaos, you're not managing anything. You're just documenting the wreckage. Most leaders won't face this honestly. The ones who do will build what comes next. Follow for more.